What if I told you that while everyone's struggling with general dropshipping, there's a specific approach that generated me and others multiple 7-figure months? And the crazy part is, it has nothing to do with finding viral products or running perfect ads. I'm going to break down the exact 30-day system that takes you from complete beginner to 10K per month with fashion dropshipping. Here's what nobody tells you about making 10K per month dropshipping. It's not about testing 50 general products and hoping one sticks. It's not about copying what worked for someone else last year. And it's definitely not about finding some secret supplier. The people making real money, good money in dropshipping have figured out one simple truth. They have stopped playing the random product lottery and started building real branded stores, specifically fashion stores. Why fashion? Fashion customers don't compare shops based on the price, they buy more impulsively. They don't buy just one product, they buy entire outfits. And that's the key. So here's how we are going to get you to 10K a month in the next 30 days. Week 1, we choose a market and build the foundation. Week 2, we research the first products and start testing them. Week 3, analyzing the data and double down on what is working. Week 4, we implement the systems that push you past 10K a month. This is not theory, this is the exact sequence I use to scale multiple fashion stores and help hundreds of students do the same. So let's start building. Week 1, the foundation. Here's a short video which market you should choose and why.
The right market is also very important, especially for beginners, because the risk in every market is different. We do fashion dropshipping. And fashion dropshipping is usually known as a high-risk business because there can be many things why the customer is not happy about the product or about the order. Sizing, quality and stuff like that. So that means we need to take care which market we enter, especially as a beginner with no experience. I advise you as a beginner to go to a market where people only buy with a credit card or with B2B payments like Ideal, Blik, Twint or mobile pay, because they cannot open a dispute or chargeback that easily. The problem is, if you go to a market with PayPal or high usage with PayPal, for example, like in Germany, first of all, you cannot run dropshipping with a European PayPal. As soon as they start investigating or requesting for document and they see that you are a dropshipper, then they will block your account. So the risk is very high that they're gonna block your account and hold your money. Second, people can open really quick cases or disputes in PayPal, which will basically also infect your cash flow if PayPal is holding your money because of the disputes. So make sure that as a beginner, you go to a market with a low risk, basically people paying only with the credit card or the B2B transfer. Here's a list of some markets. There are obviously also more markets like Japan, Turkey, Singapore, Israel and a few more. On the right side you can also see the competition in each market, which of course changes over time, but smaller countries like Hungary, Slovakia, Lithuania, Slovenia, nobody's talking about. There's also way less competition. Big competition is, for example, in Netherlands, Germany, USA, and in these countries the CPM, so the cost per thousand impressions is also way higher, so you need way more budget to enter these markets. So as a beginner, I advise you to go in a market with a low CPM. That means also less competition and also like a low risk payment processor. If we go down here in the sheet, you will also see again what I just told you, that if there's high competition, the CPMs is also higher. So that means the CPC is also higher. So that means if you start testing, you will need to have a big budget to be able to maintain and compete with all the other people in this market to test products, because you cannot kill based on a bad CPC, because the CPC will be consistently very high. And if you cannot wait with a high CPC to get to 20-30 euro budget and need to kill earlier because of the CPC, then this market is definitely wrong. You need to go to a market with a lower CPM and a lower CPC. Otherwise you will just lose money because you will kill way too early because your budget is way too tight. And in the German market, people are only buying with PayPal. Let's say almost 80-90% are paying in PayPal in Germany. That means also the risk is very high there. So I advise you only to enter German market with a really high budget. That means 8K plus, because people can open very easy disputes and that can cause you holds or even high rolling reserves. So that means you need a lot of budget on the side to maintain your cash flow. That sheet is a bit older, that's why it still says Netherlands, Poland, but right now these markets are also kind of saturated. As I can see also with the CPMs, it's kind of higher, but as you see, like every country changes with the CPM. Sometimes Poland has a high CPM, sometimes less, sometimes a low CPM. You just need to try yourself, see in ad library how much competitors are in these countries and see yourself. And in the low risk markets, you will also face way less problems with the payment providers. If you also scale steady and slowly, they will not hold your money as fast and they will also not give you like a running reserve as fast. So that's why I advise you not to scale that quickly on the most payment providers and just keep your business steady and healthy.
First, we need to validate the market demand. After you select some markets, you need to go to the ad library and find some competitors. If you see multiple dropshipping stores running ads consistently for weeks, that's demand validation. Now we build the foundation that separates you from obvious dropshippers. Register a business name and create a professional Shopify store with an actual visual identity. Set up a business email, a social media account, and basic legal pages. Most importantly, write your brand story. Why does your brand exist? This story becomes the foundation for all your marketing. Week 2, the product selection. Instead of testing random products, you want to focus on trending categories.
The best way how to validate a trending category in your market is to go to the Google Trends and then filter by your market. Let's say we look now in the United Kingdom, select past 5 years so we can see a seasonal pattern on some of the products. Some products are seasonal, some are not seasonal. For example, a bag you can sell anytime, but also like for the dress, you can see the demand of the dresses are slightly increasing over the years and are also holding a nice resistance line at around 60%. So, for example, in the UK, you can sell over the entire year dresses, and in some months there are peak times. So right now, for example, if we can check, right now it's May, and if we see, for example, the last years, 24, 23, it's an uptrend still in May, and the peak is in June, July. So there's a good potential to sell dresses right now in the UK. Let's say we're looking for bags. As I told you before, bags are not seasonal items. As you can see here, very nice on the graph. It's a completely uptrend for the bags. There's almost no peaks. Sometimes there are peaks, probably like when there's like Christmas time, as you can see here, December. Again, here in summertime, here December. So what I would do if I would have now a UK store, I would definitely add a bag category to my store to make sure that you can upsell people bags and also even advertise some bags and test some bags. But here, as you can see, very in demand, so bags work really good in the UK. Let's look for jackets, for example, so I can tell you what not to look for. For example, jackets, I would not sell right now because the demand is not there. We are under 50%, right now 30%. But what we can do is we can check when jackets are actually trending in August. Between end of August, because then we see we are slightly in an uptrend and going to be in a peak time in November. So the demand is not there right now, but what you can do, you can already add a category of jackets so people can still buy it right now, so you can still upsell it. But testing, I would not test jackets right now because the CPC and the CTR would not be really good on these kind of products. So what we want to have is, as I showed you before, a graph looking like this. This is a perfect graph of products or categories we want to test right now in our market. So to summarize, what we need to look for is overall products which are in an uptrend since the beginning over the last years, or products which are right now in a trend or having almost a peak or going to be in a peak pretty soon.
After you validated the trending category, it's time to research the first winning products.
After we validated our product category, to Google Trends, we go to the Facebook ad library. In the ad library, we will research products and also validate winners. And how we do it is pretty simple. And we also need to be very strict on the product research. Otherwise, you will have a hard time finding good products. Within Europe, you can validate products through the reach and the amount spent, obviously. Outside Europe, you don't see the reach. So outside Europe, if you make the product research in the UK or in the USA, or in Australia and New Zealand, you cannot see the reach. What you need to do there is going with your gut feeling basically, because then we need to check how many active ads do we actually have, how many products are online in the store, is he retesting a few products in the ad library, because then this is also a sign that he is retesting creatives, so that means this product is working for him. And then we need to see through PPSpy. PPSpy is a Chrome extension, it's this one. I always advise you to download PP Spy, because with PP Spy you can see the bestsellers of any store. Let's start now with the first product research within Europe. So after we made sure that dresses, for example, are trending in our market, then we obviously only want to look for dresses. So what you do is you go to the ad library, you select the country, you're looking your product. If you sell in Germany, for example, I would not take products from Germany and then sell in Germany, because other people are already scaling it. So make sure that you go for countries outside Germany, because then you will have better chances to scale a product, because the guy in Germany is already scaling this product and the cake is not so big anymore. And we don't want to scale based on leftovers. We want to bring a product from a different market in our market, because then the chances that we can scale this product is way higher. So for example, let's say we are selling in the UK now and dresses are selling very good. So you can make a product research in Germany. So you select Germany, all ads, and then you will try to find some keywords. Keywords, for example, you can use free shipping, closure sale, we are closing, up to 80% off, free shipping, summer dress, wedding dress, dress, and many other keywords. With the time you can expand a keyword list. So make sure that after you're doing product research and you find based on some keywords some products, always note down based on what keywords you found the product, because we need to do daily product research. And if you optimize your process, you will save 100% more time, and our time is of course very valuable. So now let's try to find some competitors. What you always can do is you can always go for the capital of the country, then DE/products, and then most of the times you will see some dropshippers immediately, like you see here, and you see immediately that we see some dresses. So this is already the first competitor. So what we do is we open Matter in a new tab, we select, we copy the name of the competitor, and then we're gonna make sure that we go to his page. And then now we see all the active ads, only 15 active ads, that's not a lot. When was this last creative? The 16th, so basically 1 week ago. And now we need to see the reach. Usually you can see the reach here if you download the ad library cloud. Sometimes it's buggy. And if it's bugging, then I recommend you to download Dnode. Dnode is most of the times way better. On this PC I don't have Dnode because I'm not doing product research here. And then if you don't see the reach here, you can see the reach if you go to see ad details, but right now it's not working. And then you can see the reach here. And then what we need to do is you need to look out for this reach numbers. So every 7 days you need an average 50k reach in Germany, because in Germany we have around €1 CPC, but in other countries where the CPC is cheaper, we need to look for higher reach, because less CPC on the same ad spend as in Germany, we have way more visitors and we're gonna reach way more people in the lower CPC countries than in the higher CPC countries. So for example, for France, Spain, Italy, you need to look for at least 130k every 7 days. So that means basically after 2 weeks, we need at least 260k reach to be able to test this product. If it only has 220,000, don't test it. You need to be very strict on that. So in this case, I would close this competitor because only 15 active ads, not a lot. So we keep looking for more. Here's another one, so open it again. I always advise you to go over the competitor ad library, because then you always see all his active ads, and most of the times you will find also other products he's scaling. Okay, only 9 active ads, so we also skip that one. This is also a dropshipper, but I don't like the name, so we don't test it. As you can see here, he's also testing different products, so he has like a general store. We don't want it. We want to test products only from fashion stores. Also take care, if you do the research, don't take the products from branded stores. If someone is selling only orthopedic shoes, for example, don't test orthopedic shoes, because you cannot validate it, because he is mainly selling orthopedic shoes. So his pixel is already optimized on orthopedic shoes and yours obviously not. Okay, that's it with the keyword. So next keyword is, for example, free shipping. And by the way, you can do this with every city. So for example, München.de, Stuttgart.de, and the same also in the other countries. But usually people always go for the capital. So for example, in the UK, you can do london.uk/products or .com/products, and then you will find a lot of competition. Here's the next competitor, but it looks like that he only has a few active ads, also like 0 likes on the page, so he's kind of new. So we're gonna skip this one. Here's also a competitor, so we're gonna check this one out. He has now 39 active ads, that's already way better than before. Also testing some dresses, really good. Also some sandals, they are obviously also in a trend right now, also very good. Also some high heels, also very nice. Okay, as you can see here now, these are active since almost 2 weeks, so they used to be very good. We don't see the reach now, but now, for example, if you see something active for longer than 2 weeks, there must be a reason for it. So make sure that you check the reach. And also what you can do is you can go to the shop, obviously, then you see, okay, this is the best seller right now, and he's also actively testing it, maybe even scaling it. So we go to products, and as you can see here right now, this product is on the 4th place, so it must be very good. So without seeing the reach, for example, I would already test this product because it's on the 4th place. And what you also can do is, because you see this product here, he started it the 14th of July, and it's also on top 1, you can also test this product. But always make sure that you validate the product only based on the reach. If you look within Europe, if you look outside Europe, then make sure that you always go with the bestseller. And how you validate with the bestseller without seeing the reach is very simple. You basically check always the bestsellers of the store, and then if you see, for example, that this product is uploaded 4 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago, and then you see here a product uploaded 12 days ago, and the next one is 3 months ago, 3 months ago, then you basically see that this new product is pushing already in the bestseller list, which is obviously a good sign because it was just uploaded 12 days ago and is already competing with the old products which are already in the bestseller. With the time you will have a better feeling how to validate products. In the beginning it will take a lot of time, but make sure that you improve every day on your product research, and try also to make the product research in harder countries, because most of the people, most of the dropshippers are very lazy, so they go to easy countries like Germany, Netherlands, whatever. But you can go in any country basically, try to make some research, because sometimes you will find untapped products in untapped markets, which is nobody scaling right now. In the beginning, if you are a beginner, make sure that you focus first on the Europe research, so where you can see the reach, because this is way easier for you. And after you made sure that you are good at it, then also start with making the product research outside Europe, where you cannot see the reach. And outside Europe, as you saw, it's more about going with the gut feeling, seeing how many active products he has, if the product is already in the bestseller, is this guy retesting creatives, for example on that store. You can see this product here, published 13 July. Now you can see that he is retesting the creative 17th of July, so after 4 days. So this product is obviously working for him. So to summarize, within Europe, always look for the reach, be very strict on that. And outside Europe, you always need to go with the best sellers of the store. How many active ads does he have? More active ads, even better. How long is this ad already running? Is this product already competing with the other best sellers of the store? And then with the time, you will have definitely a way better gut feeling for the research outside Europe. And then in the future, you will have an easier time researching product.
Your store and your sale you are promoting should always be followed by a story. A good story builds trust and emotions. The more people trust you, the more they will buy with you and also will spend more money with you. Now we will start creating the first ads on Meta.
In this video I will explain you real quick how to set up a normal CBO campaign for testing products. Very easy. You click on create, sales, continue. You have the choice between Advantage Plus and CBO campaign. For testing we go with the CBO campaign. Then you have the name here. In the name you will use the break-even ROAS, the product name, also the market you're advertising in, and also the date. So when are you gonna launch this campaign? No categories. This is off, off, off. You will turn this on. This is for the CBO. If you don't turn this on, then you're using an ABO. The difference is that a CBO, as the word says, like a budget optimization, it will spend the budget on like the best performing one, and an ABO it spends like on every creative or ad basically the same budget. And then you put it on a 50 euro. Next. Now you want to make sure that you have maximum number of conversions always. Website. Then choose the pixel you created in your event manager. Schedule the ad always for midnight next day. Then for the location, well of course you need to select the market you're advertising in. If you advertise in Germany, you need to choose Germany, include Germany. This is okay. If you want to make it broad, beneficiary, you're gonna select your company over here. We go next. So then about the Facebook page and the Instagram account, well, you just gonna use your Facebook page, of course. About the Instagram account, we usually don't create any Instagram account, so basically you just select that it will also advertise on the Facebook account. So don't create any Instagram account for that. So then it's regarding creating ads. For fashion, for example, we want to always have a minimum of 3 creators. So a carousel, single image, and a collage. So what you need to do is basically create 2 single images. One of them is a single image and the other one is the collage. And for the carousel, you're also gonna here select the carousel and then basically in a row have multiple single images. Leave that on, the multi-advertiser ads. Here you're gonna add like the cards of the carousel, or for the single image, just the image you want to add. Then you want to put here the product link or the collection link. It depends what you're advertising, and that's already it. So very easy and very fast.
Week 3, scaling. Now review your first data. Which pieces got the most engagement on social media? Which products had the highest add to cart rates? Which ad creatives generated the most website traffic? Which categories delivers you the best results? Double down on what's working and eliminate what is not. Implement systems that increase your average order value. Create complete look bundles on product pages or offer mix and match collections that work together. Set up email sequences that suggest the pieces. Add urgency with limited time collection releases. Week 4, the 10K breakthrough. Now we implement the strategies that push you past 10K months. Make sure your email marketing is set up to generate at least 15% more revenue every month at least at almost no cost. Start scaling more aggressively at high demand days with pump or surf scaling to squeeze out the performance on those days. Test daily new products to consistently find next winning products. The reality of 10K months. Here's the truth. Not everyone will hit 10K in their first 30 days, but everyone who follows this system consistently will build a profitable fashion dropshipping store. Some students hit 10K profit in month 1, others reach it in month 2 or month 3. The difference is not luck, it's execution and persistence. If you want my personal guidance implementing this exact system, check out the ExpoScale Academy. You will get access to my complete fashion dropshipping framework, weekly Q&A calls, and a community of successful fashion entrepreneurs. We helped over 300 students build profitable fashion stores using these exact strategies. Click the link in the description and start building your 10K a month fashion store. Stop testing random products and start building something real.